Let me ask you people something. Is it that difficult in this day and age in 2020 to still have morals, principles, integrity, decency, common courtesy, and maturity enough to not ghost people, to not blow people off, not just once, not just twice, but 3 times? I'm really, really angry because I have a friend, or I thought he was a friend, and I thought he was a Christian, who is a really good barber. And I pay him like double for his work because he does a good job, and because he's another Christian who has a family to raise, and because, you know, he takes the time to see me and make appointments, when I need him, and he even cuts my hair at his house. He's got a chair in his house, which makes it easy for me with my crazy schedule, so I pay him for the inconvenience. All was well for a few months, and then he starts getting very unprofessional. Does a great job when he does it, but, blowing me off, rescheduling. Now, I'm really, really angry now because last time he cut my hair, we had the same problem. We had plans. We kept making plans about 2-3 times to hang out. And I only had like one day that week set aside, to that one day off. And I set it aside, and we planned on watching Christian movies and stuff, and, or hanging out, whatever. He kept changing the time. It kept getting later and later. He cut my hair, and then all of a sudden, come back after, and all, Then he blows me off. Changes plans, okay? I was mad because I waited all day and all night. And then 10 o'clock he gets back to me, and it's already too late, and I got to go to work the next day. And so my entire day off was wasted waiting for someone who was never going to hang out with me. That's really crappy thing to do to somebody. So I figured I'd give him one last chance. I called him today. Now, I could have gone somewhere else to get my hair cut today for half the price that I would have paid, and they would have done just as good of a job. But I figured, let's give him the money and give him another chance, and let's reconcile, So he said, yeah. But I knew in my heart he was going to do this. I knew it. Third time now, right? And I knew, because I have that instinct. But I gave him a chance anyway, and I said, listen, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I can either see you now before I go to work at 2, or we'll have to do it after work. Well, what time do you get out? And I'm like, well, probably not until like 7, but I'll get out early tonight so that I can, be at your place by 7, because, he has dinner at 6 o'clock, doesn't finish till after 6:30. Then I got to wait for him to text me, and it usually takes about a half hour for him to get around to me. So I ended up having to leave work 2 hours early tonight. So I lost 2 hours of pay, okay, in order to keep my end of the deal and make sure I meet him there no later than 7 at his house. He tells me, make sure that, you text me to confirm. And I said, I'm already confirming with you. It's going to be 7. I will make sure. Well, yeah, well, just text me anyway to make sure you confirm. So I texted him later in the day, yes, I'm at work now. I will be getting there by 7. I'm getting out early. I'll be there by 7. Then I texted him when I was leaving work at 6 o'clock. I'm on my way from work. I haven't heard back from you yet. Are we still on? I'm outside his house. He still hasn't called or texted me. So I said, okay, I'm not hearing back from you, so I'll go kill some time at Walmart. I got to pick up some things anyway. Get back to me. It's after 7 o'clock. I rushed through Walmart for no reason because now it's after 7 and I got to wait in line and I don't want to be late and I'm waiting and he still doesn't. So I call him a third time. No answer. Another voicemail. So unless this person's dead or in jail or has some serious emergency, I just want him to know, I hope he watches this video, that 3 strikes and you're out. Now I'm all about forgiving 70 times 7. But I have a very busy schedule. And I had time set aside to get my hair cut earlier this morning after church. I could have gotten it done down the area of town where I had other things to do and save gas and time and everything and still get to work on time. But I decided to give him the money instead of a stranger to help him out as a friend. And he blew me off again. And you know what? I wouldn't mind so much if he had given me a heads up and said, listen, I got to reschedule or it's really not a good time. Especially if I was still at work, because I would have stayed at work until 9 and made the extra money that I need. Now I got to explain to my boss why I cut my shift in half and lost money that I need. Again, and this guy doesn't even have the decency as a Christian or a friend or a professional barber to even respond back to me. So I think that I'm getting the hint here in a very low class way. I don't want to cut your hair anymore. Or, dude, I don't want to be your friend. Or whatever. Dude, I don't feel like cutting hair at my house anymore. Or he could have said that. I gave him ample opportunity. I said, listen, if you ever don't want to do it or can't do it, or it's not, just let me know. I'll go somewhere else. That's all you have to say. I'm not going to get mad. There's other people who cut hair who need the money. But you wasted my day today. Again. You cost me a lot of money. Okay? All you had to do was call me back or respond back with a text message. Or even on Facebook. You're on my Facebook. And you don't have the decency. And then you wonder why I got angry at you last month for doing the same garbage. Okay? And you said I was pretty much out of line and wrong for doing that. And getting upset. And that I was falsely accusing you. This is the third, actually 4th time now. So, you know what? Public opinion, drop you. You're obviously not worthy of my business. If that's how you conduct business, you don't deserve me as a client. A high-paying, very good tipping client. Second of all, who recommends you? Okay, to people. Second of all, I'm also a fellow Christian, a brother in Christ, and you treat me that way? God, I hate to see how you treat non-Christians. Third of all, I thought we were friends. Dude, if that's how you treat your friends, I don't need it. So, I hope you get this video. I'm not slandering you. I'm not going to mention your name on the internet, but you know who you are. And I'm just pissed. Really, really pissed. And no, Gio, one of the barber before this one went into another business. So it's not you, Giovanni. It's not you. I'm not talking to you. I love you, brother. I understand you got a family and a construction business, all that. I am not making this about you. I'm not mad at you. But this other person really just... and on top of it, it's not like I can go and make appointments with him where he used to work because he moved to a different barber salon in like West Haven. That's way too far for me. I'm not going to go to the ghetto of West Haven, just to get a haircut. There's a million places around here. So I just am really hurt because I've always been a easily hurt person. I do take things to heart because when you love people much and you give them your total trust and friendship and you recommend them and you pay them highly I don't make as much as he does. The dude makes a lot of money doing what he does, all right? He's already got a home, he's got a nice car, he's got all that. He don't need my money. But you know what? I only make $200 and something a week. And and I still will pay $60 for a haircut if I like you. And if for the inconvenience of actually meeting me on an off schedule or at your house or at my house or whatever. I've always been a big heavy tipper. Minimum 20% or more. Okay? Because I believe in charity, and that's why things come back to me. Because it's at the end of the day, it's just money. We need it, but other people need it too. And you know what? God's good to me. People have been good to me. So I want to reward people when they work good and they do good. I'm a rewarder of a good job well done. And if you're going to take the time to do my hair on your day off, or at your house after you worked all day, or whatever, just to fit me in my tight schedule, I'm really grateful for that. And if you got kids and you're a single parent or whatever, yeah, I don't have kids and stuff, I would appreciate it if I were you. And what really gets my goat, what really hurts and makes me angry is that he knows I'm a good Christian, and he knows that I'm a good person. Why would you not want to be friends with a good person and a fellow Christian? Why would you want to do this to a good person, a friend, and a Christian? Why would you treat me like that? You could have at least extended the courtesy and had the maturity and decency and the professionalism to just shoot me a text message, before I rushed out of work and flew across from Meriden all the way to Brantford. You could have, you wasted my time. You wasted my gas. You cost me a chunk of my paycheck. All this because you want to be I can't even say it, because I'm in ministry and I'm a Christian, so I can't use foul language. But you really are. So you know what? Don't call me anymore. I don't even want to hear your apology unless you were laid up in a hospital, or something happened to your kid, or you're in jail or something. I mean, unless something serious came up, I don't want to hear you fell asleep, or you went out with your girlfriend, or whatever. If all that's more important to you than a good Christian friend and brother in Christ, if I don't matter, or good business, if that's more important than your job, I mean, I don't do that to people. I might be late, but I am always going to tell somebody I will always let you know if I'm not coming. I never ghost people. I never blow people off. I never do that, because it happens to me all the damn time. So many people do this to me, and it really hurts, and it's really unprofessional, and it's just really rude and unnecessary, because I don't bother. I don't come after you. What do you think I'm going to beat you up? I don't, all you have to do is say I'm sorry, or, even if it's something stupid, and usually it is, when people blow you off and they don't even have the decency to tell you why, it's because it wasn't important. It was a selfish reason. Oh, you know what, I had a better opportunity came along, or I decided to go and have fun with some friends instead of hang out with you. Whatever it was. But still, I'm a 42-year-old man, and I like to consider myself a Christian. So I'm going to be okay with it. I just want the courtesy. Don't waste my time. Life is short. When you give somebody your time and your money, which is, you can never have enough of this these days. When you give someone their money, you worked hard for that money. And that took a lot of your time that you can never get back. All those hours I had to work to make all that money, that's a whole day's pay for me, I hope you know, that I give you. I don't have to do that. I could pay half of that somewhere else. But I do that for you. And this is what I get. You don't care. If you really don't have a conscience, you really don't care, then don't call yourself a Christian, because you're not going to heaven. Christians don't do that to people. And second of all, you're not a friend. And third of all, I've had better haircuts, honestly, from other people. And fourth of all, that's very unprofessional. So I really hope this person does see this before they unfriend me or I unfriend them from Facebook. And you know what? Bless you.